it. Do you mind being in our video? It's on the foundation. That's all right. It's for me, housekeeping, yeah. I'm not showing my better side. Can I please have 4 with there? Very much. Thank you. Yep.
Now Denise, while you're there, can you tell us a little bit about the foundation, what it's all about?
Yes, the foundation was started in our son's name, Erik Hausoul, and it's to raise awareness and funds for research into osteosarcoma, Ewing sarcoma, and the whole of the sarcomas. What we're doing here today is trying to raise funds to go towards the walk to Canberra, which is going to be myself going on a 16-day walk to Canberra to try and secure federal funding for this particular cancer. At the moment the research has plateaued for 30 years and that's basically what we're trying to achieve. But today it's raising funds to finance the walk to Canberra. Thank you.
So the people you have working here, this is Janice?
Yes, this is Janice and her son,
Austin.
Yes.
And they're volunteers?
Yes, they are volunteering, and so are Norm and Lorraine. They're also volunteering.
Norm and Lorraine, can you just turn around and give us a little wave?
Hi.
Very good, thank you.
Don't forget the money, Norm.
Yeah, I'll go with them.
Yeah.
Yes, you just give her the money. So what, onions on it?
YouTube and
A little bit of onion.
okay.
Okay. Probably a little bit of onion.
Just 2 things.
Yeah, we've got all these.
Yes, osteosarcoma, the awareness is one of the main issues, and early symptoms and early diagnosis, because by the time it's normally misdiagnosed. It's misdiagnosed as sports injuries or growing pains because it comes in and around the growth plates, the elbows, the knees, the ankles, and by the time the doctors find it, there's swelling and pain, which means the cancer is, those are the symptoms of normal cancer, and it's a bit late then. Our son had 3 chemos. He had an amputation of his femur and his knee, and a prosthesis inserted, and then another 3 chemotherapy treatments. And a few months later it came back to his lungs. What that meant was that it's not lung cancer, it was actually the bone tumour that came back into his lungs. And of course the lungs can't survive that, and Erik passed away from, his lungs collapsed basically. And this is what basically happens with osteosarcoma. The mortality rate is extremely high. It's very aggressive, and by the time it's found it's usually too late, which we didn't know at the time, and Erik fought for 16 months to survive. But what he asked us when we were overseas trying to find further treatment for him was if we could put some money into research. And at the time we said yes, of course, Erik. We didn't think that he wasn't going to survive, but we did that when we came back. We asked for money instead of flowers at the funeral service, and we looked around for a foundation or somewhere to put it where they were putting money into research for this particular cancer, and we couldn't find anyone. So we started a foundation in Erik's name, and that's what we're trying to do, raise awareness. We put out a lot of awareness messages to teenage boys in particular, who seem to be the main target group for this cancer. It also affects young adults and people over 50 years through Paget's disease. So it's bone and connective tissue cancer. The medical profession refers to them as sarcomas.
So what sort of research is going into it at the moment?
There is a group in Melbourne called the ASSG, the Australian Sarcoma Study Group. They have started a study. They're looking for a mutant gene. So they're looking for a genetic link, just like similar to breast cancer. We've donated our blood, our family. I'm Erik's mum, and his dad and sister have donated our blood and filled out the questionnaires to try and see if we're carrying some gene that could have... There is no rhyme or reason. At the moment, we don't know why. Erik's never had a sick day in his life. He went from being a normal 16-year-old straight-A student one day to having cancer that was killing him the next day, and that's how quickly it happened. We discovered it through a soccer injury, which we now know was that the muscle was weak from the cancer. Yes, Bunnings have supplied the tent and the barbecue and gas bottle, and we just have to provide the sausages. We can charge $2.50 for the sausage sandwiches and $1.50 for the drinks. And
the smiles for the customers that are buying their sausage sandwiches.
And the smiles for the customers.
Thank you very much for their support.
Yes, and we do. We're very grateful for the community support that we have received and continue to receive.
Well, let's we'll put out a little bit of a challenge to the local Ulysses Bike Club. Ulysses is a group of bikers who enjoy people with like-minded ideas, who enjoy getting out and riding bikes for over 50s. So yeah, let's see, because if they want to take up the challenge and help support, as well as the Hawkesbury Historical Bike Society.
Wonderful.
We'll put out a challenge for them and try and get some support from them as well, because we need the support to get the research happening into this disease.
We do. Thank you very much, Ian.
Thank you.
I don't know if you want to sauce there. Did you want a drink? We got these coals, we got that. We got some of those coals.
Okay guys, give us a wave. See you another time.
There you go. Thank you.